Quick reminder that picture-in-picture versions of this show are available on Patreon. It's just £4 a month, and you get access to picture-in-picture versions of this show as it comes out with this video. The first episode of Higurashi is free to view, so go back to episode 1 of Higurashi, and you can find the link to a picture-in-picture version of the first episode. If you like that sort of thing, you can support me. If not, totally cool. Enjoy the time-based version. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the 10th episode of Higurashi When They Cry New/Go. This one is Curse Receiving Chapter Part 2. I'm going to assume we're going to do the same 4 parts that we've given the other ones. First arc was all about Reina. Second arc was Mion Shion. This one seems pretty clear to be going towards Satoko. So I guess this is where we're going to start exploring. We had a bit of a cliffhanger on the end of where the potential conflict of her sanity might start coming from. But we've reset timelines again. We're back before the festival. We start off with Keiichi going to cook and almost burning down his house. Like, Jesus Christ, how can you be that bad at cooking? I don't know. I think he said, like, what's a teaspoon? I'm like a teaspoon or a tablespoon? I can't remember if he was saying teaspoon or tablespoon. It makes more sense if he said teaspoon. But anyway, almost burns down his house. Satoko saves him, basically, and then cooks for him. And we're starting to build up the idea of Satoko's brother. What was his name? Satoshi. And how she misses him after he left, I believe. He left, or No, he didn't disappear. He left and hasn't come back yet, if I remember correctly. I need to go into specifics on that later. But in the meantime, Keiichi is kind of becoming that older brother figure to her, which is giving her a little bit of happiness now that she's lost most of her family elsewhere, mainly because of their supporting of the damn project, and they were probably killed for it rather than mysteriously having an accident. Like, nothing's an accident in Higurashi at this point. And yeah, so she's kind of latching on to Keiichi a little bit in that way, and that's why they're getting closer, and we're going to spend more time exploring her character that way. We then have a little Little League Baseball team where we call in Keiichi, more just to motivate Satoko than anything, I think, than him actually being useful. And then we meet the coach. Kyosuke is his name, but his other name is Irie. Am I saying that right? I did get a pronunciation lesson from Rex, and I think I'm saying that right. It's Irie, not Iri. It's Irie, I believe. I'm butchering Japanese pronunciation. And as also pointed out, we have heard Irie before, because it's the Irie Clinic, which is the damn clinic. So whilst you guys are saying that he might have been done a little dirty, and he might be coming across more creepy and suspicious than normal, the fact that he's linked to that goddamn clinic just makes him suspicious again. Like, there's something going on with that clinic. So whilst I believe you guys that maybe that his adaptation's not the greatest in terms of his humor type, he's still suspicious just because of the link to that clinic. So I'm going to keep up my mind of something's up with him, but just not in the creepy way that I maybe originally had in the last episode reaction. Okay? Just to clear that one up. But yeah, we learn from about the parents and stuff like that, escaping from Oyashiro's curse. Of course, Mion and Reina ask about that. Reina is obviously not want to talk about it because she still has that experience previously with the curse, and hence why her family was originally from here, left, and then came back, as I completely forgot last episode, like a dummy. And then we finally see Satoko, who does live with Rika, right? And now she is going to... Oh god, how am I meant to say his name? I did get a lesson on this, again from Rex. Teppei? Maybe? I don't think it's Teppei. There's a space between the two P's, so Teppei? Is it Teppei? Or Teppei? Something like that. I don't know. I'm terrible with pronunciations of my own language, let alone another language, so forgive me for my just errors, but he seems to be like a thug-type character. He doesn't seem capable of raising a kid, that's for sure. Seems to be more inconvenienced by her being there than anything. So, and also in the ED, I think it's clearly him clutching onto her and she's terrified. So I'm going to guess potentially abusive as well for that reason. But I guess we'll see. I guess we're going to build that up this time, more than likely. So I guess we'll explore that in this episode. Anyway, I think I've got everything I wanted out of the way. There might be something I'm misremembering that I wanted to bring up from last time, because this series is constantly making 40-plus minute videos, and we're getting close to 50 minutes on some of these now, because more and more questions just keep getting asked, and I just want to talk about it so much, so I hope you're enjoying the extra content, but it's also throwing my voice out every goddamn Friday, so, it is what it is. Anyway, as per usual, these are time-based format reactions, at least on the YouTube version. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Timer in the bottom left to help you sync up as well. For those of you who want to support my Patreon, the picture-in-picture version of this episode will be up there as soon as this video goes live. The link to that is in the description as well to support me on Patreon. It's only £4 a month, and you get access to, for now, this Higurashi, Jujutsu Kaisen when I get that uploaded, and Moriarty the Patriot, the same reasons. Those shows will be going up as picture-in-picture versions, and then every show from Winter 2021 will also be a picture-in-picture reaction to add extra value to it. So you'll get over 80 videos a month for £4 a month, which I think is pretty good value. You may not be watching every single show this season or that season from me, but I imagine there'll be a couple at least that you'll be interested in. So, you can also use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when the season's transitioning. So, with all that said, let's just get into episode number 10 of Higurashi, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Kadokawa logo. And Funimation. Cheers to that. Here we go. There's a bit of a fuzz on the thing, so I'm guessing this is flashback. Huh? Why did he do that? Oh. Oh. Okay. So he's had another dream of beating. He didn't have a dream in the second arc, I don't think. He only had it in the first arc. But again, he's imagining it. And it's straight into OP. God damn it. I wonder if those are flashbacks to what happened in the original. Because so far, none of those little vision things that he's had have actually happened. Like, he never ended up beating them over the head with a baseball bat like that. In either of the arcs so far. So that makes me think maybe that was what happened in a different future. I think there was the clinic in that bunch of flashes as well, furthering my suspicion of it. But anyway. Here we go. Monday, June 13th, again with the newspapers. Doesn't seem to be anything important on them, except telling the date. Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm. Just made it. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's it. I think it's her new living conditions. Beyond knows something. And here comes Rika. Not saying a word. Yep. Getting to do with her new living arrangement, more than likely. Ooh, completely downhearted. Completely different character now. Holy shit. Nice. Oh boy. It's Oishi. He always seems to show up in the weirdest places. Which one? Satoko, okay. Trying to get information about Teppei, maybe? Mm-hmm. Why are you so defensive of her? Jesus. She's not here. What? What? Why have you heard so much about him? Zilio. I bet. Okay. Why is Keiichi so openly hostile towards a detective like that? Because I think that's one of their first meetings in this timeline. I have more questions about Oishi now. Again? Why was he bothering her before? Okay. Bring up the castle already, okay. Mm-hmm. They're going through the curse quite early this time. Mm-hmm. Okay. From what we've seen so far, I would agree with you. Oh shit, okay. Let me guess, they blew it all and now they're just screwed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the first time we've seen Satoshi as well, wasn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was about to say there was no aunt anymore. Oh. Huh. Hmm. Right. He just expects more to go on. Have we heard this nickname before? It's familiar. Wow, okay. Don't think we've heard that one before. Feel like they're painting him in a bad light unnecessarily, but, you know. No. Well. That the uncle's back. Oh boy. Ooh, openly shouting out about it. Like, keep your voice down a little bit. Tepe. Yeah, okay. And he's back. Oh shit. And we're just talking about her. Ooh. Ooh. Wow, okay. She's so deflated. Running errands, huh? I wonder what that was. Being his slave, essentially. Alright. Nope. She's gotta get going. Yeah. Maybe she doesn't care. Yep. Sure. Okay. You hold the answers here. Quite literally, I think, for this entire show or whatever. So you were expecting her home, but the uncle suddenly showed up and took her, I'm guessing. Then she did show up? Well, she did. Yep. Basically. She's alone. At least they had each other that time. Oh. Nothing. And let me guess, he was fine. Everything was fine, I'm guessing. I mean, that's fair. Hmm. Yep. They just couldn't do anything. Hmm. And this is the 80s, so you can't just pull out a flip phone or anything. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Lisa again. But she's also coming later and later, which is slightly suspicious in its own right. Mm-hmm. Oof. Mm-hmm. 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 I think Rika knows if they got involved, it would not end well. They held that shot a bit long, but whatever. Sure. Yeah. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. Can't even get through the front door. Obviously. Mm-hmm. He's gonna. Mm, poor Rika. Oh boy. I don't think so. Maybe if a teacher called, yeah. Might have a bit more weight to it. June 15th. Yeah. Hmm. Better mood right now. Rika's not happy though. Hmm. Sure. That's absolutely a front. I mean, look at Rika's face. It's 100% a front. Hmm. Oh, shit. Hmm. The third time? For calling them? Okay, we've heard two. What's the third one? Oh, okay. Oh, boy. Holy shit. Because she could be lying. Girl who cried wolf. It's not, though. That's a rough situation to be in. Hmm. Well. uh, what? Holy shit. Holy shit. The front she was putting up the entire time just broke violently. Fucking hell, that's a way to end it. Oh, God. That was rough to watch. That was real rough to watch. Well then, okay. It came from touching on the head. Hmm. She was just keeping up the front, and then just it snapped again. There it is in the ED. I mean, she wanted her stepdad gone, and then he did, thanks to essentially Oyashiro's curse. After being killed in the dam, right? So, well, not killed in the dam, but killed for supporting the dam project. Next time, part 3? Yeah, part 3. Okay. Okay, there's less for me to talk about this time. I don't think this is going to be a 50-minute episode. I don't think. I don't think, at least. Well, yeah. So yeah, she was putting up a front that entire time and then it just completely snapped. And yeah, Oishi comes across really... I don't know if it's just his detective style, but he comes across as very brutish in his way of dealing with people. Maybe that's just the way he has to be to get answers, you know? But yeah. Yeah, like he's just very forward and aggressive with his questioning and his approach to questioning, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? But it does seem a bit suspect, right? Also, to be called Oyashiro-sama's familiar, it's like, okay, well, now you're being linked even heavier with it. But again, we're just exploring Satoko. I mean, this is just going to drive her insane. Just drive her to insanity, and therefore it's going to drive her to be like Oyashiro-sama's curse. He's going to do the scratch thing probably at some point as well. But seeing her break down like that was rough. Like, that was pretty rough to watch. But it has the intended effect, right? Like, you're meant to feel that way. And yeah, Ilie, now that we didn't have that kind of awkward introduction to him last time, the way he conducts himself this way, it just fits better, right? Like, he was a bit more serious this episode as opposed to his joking side last time. And so he does come across as just a more normal person, just with a weird sense of humor. I can see why you guys said that. But he's still linked to the clinic, which is still suspect just because of the people that were involved with the clinic and potentially with the last arc. Clinic is still suspect, and therefore he's suspect. But I understand what you mean about his character now. But I still think there's something going on with him that we just haven't been told yet. So hopefully that reframes my suspicion of him for you guys. But yeah, this is hitting this one hits Rika harder than most, I think, when it comes to Satoko. That's what it seems to do anyway. Yeah, Oishi is Oishi, I want to start digging into him a little more soon. Like, Satoko's, at least so far, in the way it's been presented to me now, in these 2 episodes, we're only about halfway through the thing, Satoko's arc seems a bit more cut and dry than other arcs. Like, it seems a bit more self-explanatory, and it feels like there's not quite as much behind the scenes to really dissect, if you know what I mean. At least in terms of what is potentially going to drive her crazy. It's like the uncle, abusive, she no longer has the one thing that was keeping her sane in the form of her brother. Like, I wonder if he's going to show back up again. I don't think he will. But, yeah, she's lost that one bit of support that she had. It's driving her to complete insanity. It's probably going to drive her to lashing out, or someone else lashing out on her behalf. Like we saw in the dream that Keiichi had of him jumping on him on his bike and beating him with a bat. Again, when we have these dreamlike sequences for Keiichi, they don't actually play out. At least, so far, they haven't played out. Like, with the previous one of him beating Reina and Mion with the bat, that was the first dream we had of the very first scene of the show, but that never came to fruition. So I don't know if these are references to previous timelines where it has happened, say in the original work or the visual novel or something, but so far I don't see them actually happening in the show. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, again, I'm trying to think, did I miss something? Because, again, it feels like Satoko it's fairly simple. I mean, she wished her stepdad to be gone. He's conveniently gone. I wonder what her mindset with that was. Like, maybe that makes her more sympathetic to Oyashiro-sama. Maybe she's going to start appealing to him again to get rid of her uncle. Is that where we're going with this? But we have... Okay. Going back to the past two arcs, the consistent thing was Jiro and Takano disappearing. We haven't seen them yet in this arc. Right? I don't think we've seen them. We haven't even mentioned... Have we mentioned the festival this arc? I don't think we've even really had much of a mention of the festival. It's just been so focused on Satoko and her uncle and the abuse that she's going through that those things have kind of been sidelined for now. Next episode has to mention them. Like, if they're going to put the entire arc into 4 episodes, I feel like we have to have some mention of those events now in the 3rd episode. But I feel like, okay. I feel like Oishi is a good guy, though. Like, in the terms of, like, he's trying to genuinely get to the bottom of what is going on in this village. That's what the impression I get from him. He just wants to know, why on earth is this curse happening? What happened? Why did the damn thing happen? Why is it becoming a tradition? Because if it's consistently happening, someone or something is making that happen. Like, these things don't happen by coincidence. Someone is engineering this to happen. So he's trying to find out why. Is it just the entire village is in on it? Like, is there a mastermind behind it? And he's trying to figure out. Also, why has he heard so much about Keiichi since he moved in? What's Keiichi been up to? That was their first meeting. But I've heard so much about you, Keiichi. Is there previous events we should know that Keiichi's been doing that will give him a reputation? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But then again, timelines are so messed up right now, I don't know. I'd have to plot it out literally on a calendar and be like, okay, well, from that moment there, if we assume the other arcs event still happens, it would mean that this and this might be what he was referring to. Like, that's why my mind's a bit messed up as to why Oishi would mention something like that. But yeah, it's as soon as he reaches to pat her head. Wait a second. It was Reina who reacted first. Wait a second. Yeah, tastes exquisite. And look at Reina. Reina reacts to him about to put his hand on her head before she even reacts. Reina knows something still here. Wait, was it Reina? Hang on. Was it Reina or was it her? I think it was Reina, right? Hang on, let me watch this again. No, it was Satoko. Those eyes, no, those eyes are too purples for Reina. Reina's a blue. Satoko has the purple eyes. Never mind, okay. It's just that hair colour in that scene just looks quite like Reina, because Satoko has like the brighter blonde at the top, and then it gets darker as it gets to the tips. And it just looks more like... Whoops, sorry. That's the one time maybe I could nudge my camera if I'm not careful. Whereas this looks more like Reina's when it gets to the tips. Okay, ignore that. I thought Reina was more involved for some reason. But yeah, it was Satoko reacting that, oh no, the hand's there, and I must get rid of it. And then she breaks down. Okay. Ignore me. I was just, I saw something I didn't see. And that's when her mind snapped, yeah. Push him away. Throws up. And runs away. Okay. Don't mind me. Just, very crafting live is always a mess. Okay, yeah, so early game, suspicious just for the clinic, not for his actual character at this point. That's my conclusion on that. Tepepe, obviously just a real cunt of a human. I think it's fairly safe to say. And he's going to be the reason why Satoko is driven insane, and is probably going to be... He's likely to be a victim of the curse, I'd say. But I feel like... I don't know who's going to go after him. Like, is Satoko going to go crazy and try and get rid of him? Or is Keiichi going to go crazy and try to get rid of him? Because in that little dream sequence, he was the one that dealt with Teppei. So... I wonder which way they're going to go with that one. Again, I feel these dream sequences aren't what's going to happen, but what's happened before in another timeline. That's my intuition on that, anyway. So I guess we'll see. But, yeah. Yeah. So anything else? And yeah, Oishi, I think he's good. I think he's just very abrasive in the way he gets to the answers he wants. I think he just genuinely wants to get to the bottom of what the hell this curse even is. And Rika, well, Rika is Rika. She's obviously a much more important element in this than we realize. But they're not focusing on her yet. We focused on everyone but Rika yet. Like, Rika's more involved in this one than she has been in any other one, because Rika and Satoko are that close. And they've been living together, so naturally they became that close. But I think after this arc, next up would be Rika. She's the next character to need some form of development, because we've developed everyone else already. We've looked into... Keiichi we've been looking into every single time. Reina we looked into the first one. Mion-Shion the second one. Now Satoko here is third. So, Rika and her... whatever her involvement is going to come about later. God, I'm just waiting for Takano and Jiro to be introduced, though, and start going towards the festival arc as well. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. We did end up getting to the 40-minute mark, but not quite as much as last time, because I don't think there's as much to dissect about Satoko yet, based on that. It seems fairly cut and dry. She's being driven insane from constant beatings and her family abuse, and she's trying to hold it together, but can't, and ultimately it's either Keiichi and those around them going to act on her behalf, or she's going to flip out and react herself. I'm just waiting for a neck scratch to show up, essentially. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments on what you thought of the episode. Be mindful of spoilers, of course, because I have not seen the original works. So, if I will be going back to the original works eventually, but this show doesn't finish until end of March. So, it's going to be a while before we get around to the originals, but I do plan to watch the originals after this. And what else? Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the full 2020 that you can find on my channel. And if you wanted to watch the picture-in-picture version of this, or try it out, I do have a Patreon in the description below. This show is already up on there. All 10 episodes of this will be up there. The first episode is free to view, so you can watch episode 1 for free. Go to episode 1 reaction on YouTube, and you'll find the link there to see what the picture-in-picture experience is like, if that's something you wish to support. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.